Hello and welcome to the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment as the Denver Broncos hired Miami Dolphins defensive coordinator Vance Joseph to be the team's next head coach. And this is a hiring that I have some mixed feelings about it. Overall, I like it. There are a lot of things to like about Vance Joseph, but there are a lot of things to be uncertain about and to not feel too good about. Let's start with the bad things to me. Okay, so his head coaching, or I guess just his coaching pedigree and history, it's not that dense. Okay, he was defensive coordinator for the Dolphins for 1 year. And let's face it, guys, the Dolphins defensively this year were not very good. They were horrible against the run, letting up 4.8 yards per carry. They let the Jets score in them a couple times. They let the Patriots just manhandle them twice. And you wonder, is this a guy that's really going to come in and help this Denver Broncos defense that has been so good for years? I'm not really sure about that. And then moreover, he's a guy that when I listen to him talk, I like the fact that he's reserved. He's not too crazy or anything like that, but he doesn't seem, just to me, to have a very overall good grasp on what it may require to build a good football team. He talks a lot about being relatable to the players and trying to get the most out of them, and that's good and that's great, but I don't know. I feel like this is a considerable step down from Gary Kubiak and even before him, John Fox. And, that's somewhat to be expected. You can't keep hiring these great, former head coaches to come in here and do a good job. And I will give him this. He does have a similar history to Mike Tomlin before he took over as the Pittsburgh Steelers. Tomlin was a guy that was only defensive coordinator for 1 year in Minnesota. And then before that, being a defensive backs coach. That is very similar to Vance Joseph. But the thing about Tomlin is he did a great job his 1 year as a defensive coordinator for Minnesota. And he also had some winning experience as well. Vance Joseph is a guy that bounced around a lot, going from San Francisco to Cincinnati to Houston. And it concerns me that no one, just from what I see, no one really respected enough to keep him in the same position. As opposed to like a Sean McDermott who spent 12 years with the Philadelphia Eagles and then right after that 5 years with the Carolina Panthers. That's a guy that people want to stay because they can see, oh, this guy's a good head coach. We need this guy to stay here. And I guess you can't blame Vance Joseph too much. I mean, he was with a lot of teams that just weren't very good. So then a lot of these coaching staffs get cleaned out. He ends up getting cleaned out with them. But it's just something that I find to be a little concerning. I will say this, though. It's going to be really hard for this guy to struggle in Denver. Okay, the defense is already set and good to go. And this is the most defensive talent that he's had in his coaching lifetime. So that's nice to see as well. But there's a Dolphins defense that, for how poorly they did, it really doesn't make much sense. I mean, they're not a great defense, but they do have Ndamukong Suh. They got Cameron Wake back near the end of the season. He was able to get a lot out of Byron Maxwell and Xavier Howard and Tony Lippett out of the cornerbacks in that secondary. I like that, but I don't know. I was really just underwhelmed with the Dolphins defense this year. And as a candidate, I'm a little underwhelmed. He's a guy that is highly respected by John Elway and some other reputable guys around the league. But I think Sean McDermott was a better candidate. Matt Patricia, a better candidate. Dave Taub of the Kansas City Chiefs, the special teams coach, I think he was a better candidate. And I really think Kyle Shanahan would have been a better candidate. I mean, that's a guy that has a lot of upside, can come in, fix your offense while your defense is already good to go. If he gets a good defensive coordinator, this is a team that is really good to go, and they'll be back to the playoffs next year. Assuming they fix their quarterback position and they get a good quarterback in there. And they have two right now that are flying in, Paxton Lynch and Trevor Siemian, but assuming one of them can actually ascend to franchise quarterback level of play. So to me, I'm really lukewarm on this hire. I really wanted to find something that got me excited. Okay, Vance Joseph coming in here, but I mean, if we weren't hearing that, this is a guy that was really respected around the league, it just seems like he's just a defensive coordinator for 1 year and they just hired this guy. And John Elway likes him, okay, and an Elway retweets, and a lot of the Broncos fans, they like to say that, and that's fine. But I'm a little underwhelmed. So what do you guys think? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. And I'm out. Peace.